What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 6-2 Beer Reviews. Today we're checking out a new brewery on the channel and a relatively new brewery themselves. This is a beer from Stoke Haus Brewing out of Nashville, Tennessee. This is their Reserve, a West Coast IPA from these guys. Excited to check this one out today. Actually just got back from the brewery today. First time visiting, had a great time. Had some awesome beers there. And I'm excited to officially review a beer from them. So had to pick up a West Coast IPA, being just a West Coast IPA fan that I am. This beer comes in at 7% ABV, brewed with Citra, Simcoe, Idaho 7, and Centennial hops. Good mix of old school and new school hops in this one. Proudly brewed and canned at Stoke Haus Brewing and Barbecue, Nashville, Tennessee. No can date on here, but I did pick this up at the brewery, so I'm assuming relatively fresh. Love the can art here. Very similar with all the cans that I saw in the fridge at the brewery. Maybe just a slightly different colorway with all of them. I don't know. West Coast IPA stood out to me. Had to pick it up, but I plan on checking out and fully reviewing some more beers from them soon. So let's dive in. Centennial hops in here seems to be a favorite hop from them. Chad and the whole gang over there, not too sure, but he got to talk with Chad for a minute while I was over there, and he mentioned the black IPA that I had while I was there is heavily hopped with Centennial. So Centennial in that, as well as this one. So check it out. Beer looks awesome. Very, very slightly unfiltered, but for the most part, very clear. Good 2 to 3 fingers of bone white colored head. Really nice carbonation in the glass. That beer looks gorgeous. Look at that. Nice head retention too. Man, that beer looks awesome. Let's check it out. See what the aroma is like. Yeah, dude, being fresh off that black IPA, I'm getting a lot of Centennial here. Very just mixed citrus, some pine, a little fruity, like tropical fruit. Orange, slightly dank. What do we say? Simcoe too? Yeah, I can see that Simcoe come through. This really does. It has, like I mentioned, mix of old school and new school hops in here. It kind of has that vibe on the aroma. Old school, dank, pine mixed with new school fruitiness. It's not too malt forward either. It's very hop forward. I don't necessarily say I would take that back, but there is a little bit of like breadiness coming through, but not like a like old school like caramel malt breadiness. It's just like a generic white bread, like sourdough. It smells great, man. It smells really, really good. So let's check it out. Cheers, y'all. Mm. Okay. I was waiting to see if we got any bitterness on there. Not too much. Not too much bitterness on the finish there. Nice flavor though. It is a little bit more malty on the taste. Very subtle tropical fruit, just like a generic tropical fruit. If anything, I'd lean more like papaya forward. Um, but I do get a little bit of that pine, a little bit of that citrus coming through. Slight dankness to it. A little herbal too. Nice body. Like I'd say straight on medium body, which is appropriate for the style, for the ABV. This is really solid. If I'm being honest, if y'all know me at all, if you know my reviews when it comes to West Coast IPAs, I like a little bitterness. I got it on the black IPA that was on draft. I was hoping for some 6-packs to bring home. I would have reviewed that one just because I love black IPAs, but it was draft only, so they recommended this to me instead. Yeah, and that's the only thing that's holding this back for me is I wish there was just a little bit more bitterness, but a lot of people out there don't like bitter forward beers. So if you're more fans of like hazy IPAs, want to get into West Coast IPAs, this one might be for you. I still really enjoy this though. There is that malt backbone to this. It's got that, like if you walk into an old school brewery where like the brewery is attached to the tap room, you know that smell. It has that like in taste form in this beer, which I'm not mad at all about whatsoever. I love that smell whenever you walk into a tap room like that. And you get a little bit of it when you walk into Stoke Haus because the brewery is attached to the tap room. This is really solid, really solid. This is a beer I would want to pair with their barbecue. They're just like rich barbecue. It kind of offset that with the just like nice crispy fruity notes mixed with just a touch of bitterness. I think it would really, really pair well with some of their barbecue. But man, really impressed with Stoke Haus. I had a German Pils and then the Black IPA on tap. But they had a great mix of styles: English style beers, smoked beers, Baltic Porter on tap too, which was really cool to see. And they had a hazy IPA I want to check out too. So, like I said, expect to see some more reviews from Stoke Haus coming up. Really impressed overall. Great first impression from these guys, and it solid West Coast IPA that they got here with the reserve. So I think I paid 17 for a 6-pack, 7%, 16, $17. I'll take it. Pretty standard nowadays. When it's a smaller brewery, tap room only when it comes to picking up their beers to go. Not bad. I'll take that price point every day. So really solid beer, man. Let me know if you guys have had it. First, I also want to mention just got a little bit of nice lacing going on here with the beer too. Always like to see that with the West Coast IPAs. So I also want to mention too, Scott and Steve over at Brewery Underground, right here. They just put out a podcast with Stoke Haus. Very highly recommend it. Probably gonna drop it in my description of this review. So go check that out if you're interested at all. Really awesome podcast. Just getting to know the guys at Stoke Haus. Like I said, new brewery in Nashville, which I'm super stoked about. Super stoked. Get it? Nice little dad joke there. So yeah, go check them out if you're in Nashville. So personally, I haven't had the barbecue yet. Heard really great things from Scott about them. Nashville, I wouldn't say is like known for their barbecue, but there are some barbecue joints that I would highly recommend checking out in town. And I've heard this holds up to those other barbecue joints in town. So really cool to see that. So check them out if you're in Nashville. I think they're about 7-8 months old now. Really solid stuff. And I will continue checking out some more stuff from them. So if you've had reserve, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. You know what? I keep doing this, y'all. I need to have a little, I don't know, something to remind me here. Ratings. We're doing ratings 2026 now. I'm gonna go straight 4.25 with this, man. I'm really impressed with this. Just new brewery on the block. Really solid West Coast IPA. Like I said, a little bit more bitterness will get me there, but I love the aroma, love the taste, and the overall, this beer is really, really solid. So 4.25 for me on the rating wise. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.